Hey you, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video we are talking all about Prequel skincare. This is probably my standout brand of 2023, so I felt like it was just necessary for me to do a full-on brand review. I do have their two new utility gel and balms that I'll do a first impressions on for you guys later in the video, but if this is something that you're interested in, keep on watching. So I want to share some fast facts. So Prequel is actually founded by a dermatologist. Her name is Dr. Sam Ellis, and what's really great about the whole product line is that it's very affordable. There are no products over $25. It's vegan, it's fragrance-free, it's great for sensitive skin, and it's cruelty-free if that's something that you care about. Okay, so the first product on the docket is GLEANSER. This is their glycerin cleanser, and it can be used for your face and for your body. I love them both ways. Personally, as a face cleanser, I use this as a second cleanse. I don't think it is as effective as a first cleanse. My waterproof mascara was like, girl, what is this? But it's great as a second cleanser. It feels really nourishing on the skin, hydrated. You're not gonna be stripped at all. Same thing for as a body wash. It's very silky, just leaves your skin very hydrated. I think that this is a product, if you are gonna try Prequel for the first time, this is the gateway product. I think that this is one of those products that you are gonna continue to use throughout the year. You don't have to like pick and choose like which season. It's just good overall. And I think that this product also has one of those like textures that you just don't often see in cleansers. It's very jelly-like, sticky, and it's kind of just fun to use, if I'm being honest. I really like cleansers in general. That's my favorite step in my skincare routine. So it's nice to just reach for something that is effective. It's not going to sting your skin. It's not going to compromise your skin in any way, and it just works. Next, I want to talk about the Skin Utility Ointment. So the reason why this is classified as an ointment is because it does have petrolatum in the formulation. It is not your average ointment. I think that when you think of ointments, you might think of very like heavy, like very sticking to the skin, like an aquaphor type of formula. This is not it. It leaves a nice seal to the skin, but it's very lightweight, which I feel like is very unique. When you are prone to eczema like me, you run through a gamut of different ointments and treatments. And what I like about this is that it's not overly heavy. And I think that for a lot of us, just anybody who likes skincare, the sensorial experience needs to be right. And I think that with this product, they really knocked it out of the park with how it kind of lays on the skin. You still get a nice seal. You still get to seal in that moisture, but it's not super, super heavy, which I love. I tend to use this exclusively at nighttime. Like after I take a shower, I put this on as like my last step in my skincare routine for my skin. I get eczema very much on my arms and my lower legs. So those are my like problem areas. I often also see people use this as like a slugging kind of step for their skincare routine for their face. If they've used a maybe active, like a retinoid or a AHA or a BHA, they'll slather this on and they wake up in the morning and their skin is beautiful. I personally don't like slugging. That's just not my deal. Skin type is very acne prone, sensitive, and oily. So for me, that's not the way to go. But I have some friends that are dry, dehydrated, or have combo skin, and they love using it as a kind of slugging step. But for me, I think that it's just a great ointment for the body. And if you have eczema, I think that you should check this out because it really is a wonderful treatment. I think that when I first tested this out, I was having a breakout, and I think within like 3 days, I just saw some differences and changes in my skin with how red my skin was, how inflamed and like raised my skin was. The itch will also kind of subsided after 2 or 3 days. So I think that this is a good one. Definitely check this out if you are looking for a ointment, like a new ointment to protect your skin from eczema or even rosacea or psoriasis. Next is the Barrier Therapy Skin Protectant Cream. Now this product, you want to think of it as like an overall just standout lotion, right? So you can use this when you are out and about and maybe had a sunburn. You can use this if you have eczema. You can use this if you are post-procedure. You can use this if you went too heavy on the acids. Like it's just an overall great product. And what I think about the texture is that it's not a lotion that's gonna leave a residue on your skin, like you're gonna feel it, but it is gonna have that nice velvety, smooth texture, which I love. I think that that's great as a daily body lotion. And for me, how I use this is right out the shower, after I maybe put on a body oil, I will put on this cream just as an extra protectant, and then I'll put on the ointment. Because my skin is very reactive, I feel like this cream is just one of those things that I continue to reach for over and over again. And I don't have it with me, but it is humongous. It is 10 fluid ounces, and it's gonna last you forever. Like, it legit will last you forever. The only reason why I don't have mine is that I actually took it to the Philippines with me, and my mom stole it. She's like, I'm taking this with me. She has psoriasis, so this has extremely helped her skin. She has psoriasis on her back and her upper arms, and she's like holy grail status for her on this cream. So it's just a really great standout cream. I feel like the whole family could use this, and it's wonderful because you're getting so much bang for your buck. Calling out the texture is important because, again, with people who have eczema or just any skin condition, sometimes you just don't want to feel it on your skin. You don't want to have that kind of nuisance, like, oh God, there's this layer on. You don't feel that at all. So kudos to Prequel for making such a beautiful formulation for this cream. Okay, so now I want to talk about the products I do have in hand. First up being the UREA Advanced Relief 10% Urea Moisturizing Milk. And I have to call out that, yes, this is a milk. So this is very silky, slippy. It glides on like a dream. This is a wonderful milk. And how I would try to describe this and how it differs from the cream is that this one has exfoliation properties because of the urea, and it also has niacinamide and shea butter. So it's just a different kind of feel. Very fast absorbing. Something, again, you're not gonna necessarily feel at all. Like, you could put this on right after the shower, and within like 30 seconds, it's gone. You're not gonna get any streakiness when you rub this in. I was actually primarily using this on my feet. I actually did like a little bit of a cheat. I would do this with some petroleum jelly and put socks on, and it was magical. But I don't do that anymore. You'll know why next. But this is just a really great lotion. I think that if you are looking for a milk to soften your skin, give a little bit of an exfoliation, especially if you have rougher areas, like maybe on your elbows, your hands, it is magical. When I first used this, it was funny because I think I just tested it. I was like, hey, let me just put this on really quick. In like a couple of minutes, I just could not stop rubbing my skin. It is such a transformative experience when you use this. It is actually back in stock, so I would definitely, if you have not been able to pick this up, get it because it's always selling out. It is that good. This is actually my second bottle because I ran through it so much the first time. But yeah, definitely grab this. You can use this for your face. I personally don't. I just feel like there are other products that I use for that particular reason, and I like when I have an exfoliating kind of product for my face, it's usually in serum form, not in milk form. So that doesn't really bode well with my like acne prone oily skin, but it's really great for the body. The reason why I don't use the urea milk anymore for my feet is because Prequel came out with a foot rescue advanced restorative treatment with urea. So this has 15% urea, 5% salicylic acid, malic acid plus petrolatum. And this is nice. So in terms of texture, this has a way thicker texture. This is probably the thickest texture I feel like in the whole Prequel line. And I feel like they did this very intentionally because when you put this on your feet, you really want that to stay put, to slough off those dead skin cells. The reason why is because you don't want it to move around too much. You don't want it to be too slippy. And I love that because I think it just makes it more of an effective product. What I do, end of the night, put this on prone areas to calluses or dryness, which is my heels, and the sides of my feet, and I put on their gel socks that they have. These are actually sold out, but you don't need these. They're just a nice to have, but I really like them. They have some aromatherapy. I think there's some lavender in here, but they're really, really nice. And when you wake up in the morning, your feet are so soft and luscious, especially good for the winter time, especially if you're maybe taking a break from going to the salon and getting your pedicure, or you're known to just do like DIY, like pedicures at home. Such a great maintenance product. I'm in love with it because you don't need to use it like every single day. I personally use this 3 times a week. I know some friends that only use it on the weekends because that's the only time that they really have time to like pamper themselves. So Even with 2 days a week, it's effective. I personally do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I've been loving how my feet are so soft. And when you think about it too, I feel like people neglect their feet, right? Your feet and your hands are your probably most neglected areas in terms of skin. So it's nice to have a product that is catered to that and that does such a great job. Like I can't say enough, like baby soft skin, grab this product because it's gonna, like, you're just gonna be thanking yourself for getting it because it's so good. I will highlight, please don't be heavy-handed with this. I had a friend that actually used this every day when testing it and her feet started to get a little mushy. She got some blisters, so don't be her. She told me to let y'all know that. Just start low and slow with this, up to 3 times a week. I don't think that you need to go over with that because it is very effective at exfoliating. Okay, next up is the Hand Wrap Hand Shielding Lotion. So this is another just standout product to me. I've used so much of this since it launched. What I feel like is super unique about this is, you know, whether you're staying at home, a nurse, whatever, I feel like you're constantly washing your hands. You want to have something that you can protect your hands. It's not going to leave it dry, especially in this winter season. What's really cool about this is it has a water resistant film. So even after you wash your hands, you still have a nice layer, like a protective layer that you can use. How I use this so it doesn't get on my hands is that I actually just take a little bit of this and slowly glide it on the top of my hands. So I'm getting that protection, but it's not all over the palms of my hands to feel the product on here. It's so neat. I don't think I know any other product that does this because of that film. Even if you're washing your hands 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, you're gonna have that niceness and your hands are just going to, for me, it just changed the way that it looks. It's just more soft, more supple. Where I would usually get like hangnails, I'm not getting them as often, which is really cool. I think that you just get a ton of product for the value. So definitely keep this in mind if you have any nurses or people that are doctors or anybody that, again, works with their hands a lot, because this is super beneficial. One that really impressed me is the LUCENT-C Brightening Vitamin C Serum. This product is so good. I love the name because lucency just means glow. So you are really gonna get a glow with this. One thing that I wanna call out is that the texture of this is so nice. And I think that that's the thing that kind of got me hooked to it. It has a toner essence texture and it's not sticky. That's the important part for me. I will use this right after I cleanse, put on this vitamin C, and then I'll go in with my other serums or my SPF, and gives me super bright, super glowy skin. I have not broken out, which is a big thing for me. I can count on my hand, like one hand, maybe like 2 or 3 vitamin C's that I actually like, and this is one of them. For vitamin C with L-ascorbic acid, the price is, it is so good. The product from Prequel that is a complete fail to me is the Sun Barrier Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50 with 4 pluses. This has 18% zinc oxide and some antioxidant compounds and bisabolol. This leaves a cast, which is already a thing. It just leaves me very ashy. It's not, again, like I said, it's not the worst cast, but on my face, you could just tell like this was not it. So it's not really picking up here, but on my, if I go out, you could just tell that I look gray, and that's just not the move that I like. But the part for me that I didn't really like is that it just doesn't play well with others. It just pills really bad. And if you deal with any product where you're pilling, it is just super frustrating. But yeah, I've tried it without a vitamin C, without a heavy moisturizer, this as the moisturizer, and it just didn't work. So that's okay. Not all of them can be 10s, but yeah, this one was not good for me. Okay, so let's talk about their Universal Skin Solution Dermal Spray. I feel like this is like, you could grab it, you cannot grab it. I'm not really like the most convinced person when it comes to hypochlorous acid. There is a lot of studies that showcase that it's great for wound healing, great for bacteria. They use it a lot in surgeries. After I cleanse and I put it on my face, I didn't really see any change in my acne or anything like that. But I will say, I really like this when I had a flare up on my arm, and it did diminish the itch a little bit, but it wasn't enough to where I'm like, oh my God, like I need to grab this. This is the best thing ever. Not to me personally, but I know some people that love it, that stand hypochlorous acid. It's just not one of those products that I feel like you need to go out and spend your money on. Now I want to do a first impressions on the Skin Utility products that they have. So they have two new ones. There's the Skin Utility Gel and then the Skin Utility Balm. So as you know, one of the original products is the Skin Utility Ointment. That has a base of petrolatum. The Skin Utility Gel has a base of glycerin, and then the Skin Utility Balm has a base of dimethicone. So they have all different bases. And I feel like this is very smart because, as I was saying throughout this whole review, people like different skin feels, right? They have different preferences. And I think that it was very smart for them to make a product that you can utilize to help build your barrier or to support your barrier, but also pay attention to how people enjoy products, right? So for the Skin Utility Gel, I've been using both these products for about a week, and I have noticed that I really like the gel as like a face serum. I still get the protection and a nice veil on my skin, but it's not heavy, it's very light, and it dissipates really quickly. I will say this gel has a very unique scent. I can't call it. It's kind of like a plant extract mixed with Elmer's glue. I don't know, but you will smell that faintly as you put it on, but it goes away after like 30 seconds, so you don't have to worry about it. But I love using this as a serum. How I do it is basically I will wash my face, I will do vitamin C, and then I add this on after I put on an active. So kind of after I put on my AHA or BHA in the daytime or in the evening time, I will put this gel and then my moisturizer or my SPF. And I feel like it kind of boosts my moisturizer in a way. It's really cool. I feel like I just get extra moisture and without having that like heavy feeling on my face. So that's how I use it. I feel like a lot of people who have oily skin, acne prone skin would really enjoy this gel. And then the balm is like the middle child between the gel and the ointment. This has more of a like medium weight texture, very silky. It has a smooth, like just hydrated, slippy kind of feel, not very thick, not very occlusive, but it does have a nice weight to where it kind of wraps your skin, which I love, right? So depending on what kind of texture you like is what you would kind of go for with these products. And it has utility in the name, so use it however, right? You could use this on your face as a moisturizer. You could use this as a spot treatment for maybe dry patches of eczema or psoriasis. But I think that's the beauty of these products. They can be used for anything, any way that you want. Okay, so that's the end of this review. Again, Prequel has been a standout brand for me. I think that it's really cool to see a brand pay attention to people that have eczema, prone skin, sensitive skin in general. And also the most important thing to me is pay attention to how people enjoy textures, right? Because when you enjoy something, you're going to continuously use it. And that's what overall you want to do with your skincare routine. You want to be consistent. And if you have products that feel good, that are effective, that are affordable, I think that Prequel kind of checks off all those boxes. So I will leave everything linked in the description box if you are curious of checking it out. As always, you guys can leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.